Have you been experiencing shortness of breath, a persistent cough, yellow or green mucus, fatigue, achiness, and/or a fever? If so, then you may have been suffering from a lung infection. With that said, just know that you are not alone in this condition, because respiratory infections are common and often appear after or along with the flu or a common cold. Sometimes the symptoms can be severe, and of course in those cases, you should seek medical attention. However, other times the symptoms may be mild and may go away on their own. To help speed up the process, there are actually some natural techniques that you can use from the comfort of your own home. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about in this video. Be sure to watch until the end because there's one method that not too many people know about. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Just a quick reminder, this video is for informational purposes only. But first and foremost, you can try the classic lemon and honey solution. Sipping on a mixture of lemon, honey, and warm water is a classic home remedy that is widely used across the world. It's useful in alleviating sore throat symptoms that are caused by repeated coughing. Studies show that honey reduces cough symptoms because of its antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. Lemon is a rich source of vitamin C that helps strengthen the immune system, and when combined with honey, can provide a detoxifying boost. All you have to do is take a glass of warm water and mix it with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of natural honey. Drink it first thing in the morning after waking up for the best results. The next way to alleviate respiratory infection symptoms is to stay hydrated. More than 70% of the human body is made up of water, which is why it's always important to stay hydrated, especially when a lung infection is present. Dehydration causes mucus and secretions in the lungs to thicken up, which makes it more difficult to cough up for removal. Also, most respiratory infections occur during the winter months, which just so happens to be the dry season. This means that your body has to work overtime in order to maintain proper levels of hydration. Drinking at least 3 liters of water per day can help ensure that your body is getting the hydration that it needs. And while we're on the topic of hydration, you can also utilize humidity and steam inhalation. One reason that symptoms get worse during a lung infection is because of dryness in the nasal passages. Humidity and steam inhalation is a great way to counter this and soothe the airways. A humidifier produces steam and disperses it throughout the room so that it can easily be inhaled into the airways, which provides relief and helps loosen up secretions. High-quality room humidifiers can be purchased from online retailers such as Amazon and Walmart. I'll drop links to some of our top recommendations down below in the description. However, if you're on a budget, another quick way to inhale steam is to simply take a hot shower. The natural steam that is created offers similar benefits and occurs without you having to spend any of your hard-earned money. The next method to consider is to use natural essential oils. Using naturally extracted essential oils such as eucalyptus, lemongrass, rosemary, and osha root can be effective methods for treating a respiratory infection. You can use these oils either by inhalation via diffusers, vaping, or by topical application in the form of a natural vapor rub. Studies show that aromatherapy via inhalation of essential oils can help treat upper respiratory infections by alleviating nasal congestion and reducing the spasms that occur with a repeated cough. Speaking of getting rid of congestion, another technique is to remove mucus through postural drainage. One of the most common problems that occur with a respiratory infection is the accumulation of mucus and phlegm in the chest and airways, which can lead to shortness of breath, discomfort, and sometimes wheezing. The human body uses coughing as a natural mechanism to get rid of excess mucus, but sometimes natural coughing just is not enough. This is when postural drainage can serve as an efficient way to clear the lungs simply by adjusting your physical posture. It's a technique that uses gravity to remove excess mucus and secretions. You can lie down on the bed facing upwards and keep your hips above the chest level by placing pillows under your legs. As your body is tilted in this position, the mucus from the lower part of your lungs will start draining upwards so that it can be expelled more easily by coughing. Keep in mind that postural drainage is best when performed under the supervision of a respiratory therapist or doctor. So, depending on your condition, be sure to check with a reliable medical professional before attempting this technique. Moving right along, you should also strive to eat a lung-healthy diet. When it comes to the health of your lungs, most people don't realize that your diet and the foods that you consume plays a role. Just like the other tissues of your body, the lungs need adequate nourishment as well. It's important to make sure that your diet includes foods that are rich in vitamins, minerals, and nutrients because these are essential for healthy lung functionality. This is especially true when a respiratory infection is present. Fruits and vegetables should be a key part of your diet, and here are some other healthy options to consider. Leafy greens, garlic, berries, fish, ginger, nuts, olive oil, turmeric, and whole grains. It's also important to avoid sugars and heavily processed foods as well. Above all, like we mentioned before, you should focus on drinking a lot of water to keep your body hydrated so that the lungs do not have to work as hard to get rid of mucus and phlegm. And that leads us to the next technique, which is to try herbal remedies from the ginger family. When it comes to food-based natural home remedies for respiratory infections, ginger is a great option to consider. The roots of a ginger plant are widely used for food and natural medicinal purposes around the world. Ginger has a strong odor that is useful in clearing the nasal airways. Studies show that ginger has bioactive components and antioxidants that reduce oxidative damage due to stress. It also has anti-inflammatory properties that can help relax the airways in the lungs and fight against fever that occurs during a lung infection. You can add ginger to your diet by drinking it in the form of a juice or tea. Doing so is a great way to naturally relieve those unwanted symptoms that come with a respiratory infection. You can also perform breathing exercises. You probably were already aware that exercise and physical activity can help provide a boost to your respiratory system. Did you know that breathing exercises can be very effective as well? Of course, breathing is a natural process of life. It's how all of the cells of the body get enough oxygen, which is required for all of the major organs to function properly. Simply put, the more oxygen your body is able to take in, the better. This is especially important when you're sick because the body needs oxygen to help fight the infection. Deep breathing exercises also help you take in a larger tidal volume so that the lungs can expand, which helps prevent more serious conditions such as atelectasis and pneumonia. One technique to consider is known as diaphragmatic breathing. It can be performed simply by taking a deep breath in, almost as if you were attempting to breathe all the way into your stomach. As the inhalation occurs, you feel the diaphragm contract. Then you can exhale slowly through pursed lips. This creates back pressure in the alveoli, which is great for improved lung compliance and expansion. Switching gears just a bit, it should go without saying, but if you have a lung infection, you most definitely should avoid cigarette smoke. Look guys, I get it. We all know that you shouldn't smoke cigarettes. Everyone is aware of this, right? Well, apparently not, because the tobacco industry is booming and millions of people around the world still smoke cigarettes on a daily basis. Cigarette smoke contains over 7,000 toxic chemicals, which has negative effects on the tissues of your lungs. It causes them to decrease in size, develop a black pigmentation, and it causes inflammation as well. That's why smokers often suffer from asthma, COPD, pneumonia, chest pain, chronic coughing, shortness of breath, lung cancer, and many other health-related problems. And it goes without saying, but cigarette smoke is only going to make the symptoms that come with a lung infection much worse. Even if you don't smoke cigarettes, it's a good idea to avoid those who do and limit your exposure to secondhand smoke as well. And another method that you can consider is to take over-the-counter medications. Natural remedies are great at times, but if symptoms are unbearable, this is when you can look into some over-the-counter medications that can help. They come in various forms such as vapor rubs, pain relievers, and decongestants. Vapor rubs are easily available and can provide quick relief for chest congestion and cough. Just simply apply the ointment to the chest, throat, upper back, forehead, or around the nose for short-term relief. If achiness or headaches become a problem during a respiratory infection, you can take a pain reliever such as ibuprofen, because it's an anti-inflammatory drug that can subside a fever along with any accompanied pain. Another over-the-counter medication that you can consider is a decongestant, which can help clear the airways of mucus and phlegm. They come in various forms such as nasal sprays, drops, and tablets. Keep in mind that over-the-counter medications come in various dosages, so be cautious and always consult with a general physician about the risks and benefits before use. Real quick guys, do me a huge favor and hit the like button. It really helps support the channel.